Interquartile range and box plots. For this data set, we want to create a 5-number summary, calculate the range in the interquartile range, and draw a box plot for the data. So it's best to have the data in order to start with. And looking through the data, the smallest thing I can see straight away is a 19. Then the 21 appears to come next. Then we've got a 23. There's a 26 and a 28. Now the next thing would be the 32 followed by the 33. What do we have next? Looks like the 41. Then we've got a 51 and a 54. And 63 followed by 96. Just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it seems that we have all of the data. So for our 5-number summary, remember we want the minimum, the lower quartile, the median, the upper quartile, and the max. Now we can see the minimum is 19, we can see the maximum is 96. There's 12 pieces of data. 12 add 1 divided by 2 is 6.5. So we need to be halfway between the 6th and 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So halfway between 32 and 33 is 32.5. Now each of the sublists is 6 pieces of data, so 6 add 1 divided by 2 gives us 3.5. So what we need to be is halfway between 23 and 26. And then for the upper list, 1, 2, 3, halfway between 51 and 54. Now you can always average the two numbers. So if we want to be halfway between 23 and 26, 23 add 26 and divide that by 2 is 49 over 2, or 24.5. So 24.5 is our lower quartile, and then we can do exactly the same thing over here with 51 and 54. So 51, actually these are not difficult ones to do in your head, but just find out halfway between 51 and 54, but that's how we would calculate it. So it's 52.5. Now in part B we were asked for the range, and the range is always the maximum take away the minimum, so that would be 96 take away 19. So 96 take away 19 is 77. And the interquartile range is the upper quartile take away the lower quartile. So that will be 52.5 take away 24.5. And we can do that one. So 52.5 take away 24.5. That gives us 28. And then finally we want to draw a box plot for the data. So if we start here with 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100, we know that our minimum value is at 19, so that's going to be here. Our maximum value was at 96, so that would be just here. The median's at 32.5, so 30, 32, so that's going to be around here. The lower quartile at 24.5, so 22, 24, so about there. And the upper quartile at 52.5, so 50 would be on this line just here, and then go a little bit over from that, so about there. Now, from the minimum to the lower quartile we have a line. From the upper quartile to the maximum we have a line. And then we construct a box around the quartiles, like so, with a line across at the median. Complete the 5-number summary from the box plot. So each small square seems to represent 1 unit. So the lowest value here would be at 28. So that's the minimum. The start of the box is the lower quartile, and that seems to be at 42. The line across the box is the median. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that seems to be at 55. The end of the box is the upper quartile, so that's 60. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it seems the maximum was 66. For these data sets, we want to create a 5-number summary for both sets of data. So let's start with that. So if we've got group 1 and we've got group 2, and fortunately this time the data is in order for us. Both data sets have got 10 values. So 10 plus 1 divided by 2 is 5.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the median is going to be in between these values here. And then we've got 5 pieces of data in each subset. So lower quartile, upper quartile, upper quartile. So minimum, lower quartile, median, upper quartile, and the maximum. So here we can see for group 1 it's 75, for group 2 that's 64. The lower quartile is 75 here, and 73 over here. The upper quartile 86 and 84, and the maximum is 95 for both sets. So we just need the median. So halfway between 82 and 84, so this one is going to be 83. Halfway between 76 and 81. So we can always average 76 and 81. So we go 76, add 81, and divide that by 2, and that will average those two, and that would give us 78.5. So this is A, Part B, we want the range and interquartile range. So we've got group 1, we've got group 2. Now the range is just the largest, take away the smallest. So 95 take away 75, that's just 20. And here 95 take away 64, so that's 31. And the interquartile range is the upper quartile take away the lower quartile, which is 11 for group 1. And here 84 take away 73, that is also 11. And now we want to draw a box plot for the data. So if we start here at 60, 70, 80, 90 and 100. So we'll do group 1 at the top. So the minimum is 75. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the minimum would be here. And the lower quartile is also there, so it will be the start of the box. The median is 83. 1, 2, 3, so that's here. The upper quartile is 86. 1, 2, 3, so that would be here. And the maximum at 95. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that would be there. So this is a slightly unusual shaped one where the lowest value and the lower quartile are the same. But what we do is we just start the box there. And remember, the box goes as far as the upper quartile. And then we get a line across where the median is and a stalk going out to the end. So with this one, the minimum is 64. 2, 3, 4. So just here. 1, 2, 3. Just missed it. One more over. So 64. Then we've got 73. 1, 2, 3. 78.5. So that would be about here. 84. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 95. So stalk at each end, box around the quartiles, and a line across here. Now of course we should label, so this one is group 1 and this one is group 2. And then we want to make some comparisons. Well, there's all sorts of comparisons we could make. Got the same maximum value. The range is the entire length of a box plot, so the range of this one is greater than the range of this one. But as we saw over here, the interquartile range, which is the length of just the box, is the same for both of them. And then there's other things like group 1 has a greater median and things like that. So there's lots of potential comparisons you should make. But when you make comparisons, you should say something about location. In other words, something about the median or the maximum value or the minimum value or something of that nature. The median is an important one to mention. And also something about dispersion. And the range and the interquartile range are measures of dispersion.